good? What's going on?
Man, I said you already know what time it is, man.
What's good? What's going on?
What's that word? What's that word? You already know what time it is. I'm your boy Adrian, a.k.a. D.
Stubbs, how y'all doing?
And I think we got some... We do got some new guests in the house,
We got
though.
some new guests in the house.
Special guests. Hey, you know what? Today, we got a coach in the house. Come on, Coach Gabe Lawson is a highly motivated youth mentor and football coach with a passion for developing both athletic talent and strong character in young athletes. Come on now, this man right here is a proven leader on and off the field. Coach Gabe has found success with two respected organizations guiding the Taylor Seahawks to a championship, game appearances, and capturing the championship title with the Downriver Cobras in 2023. Beyond the field, this man is a devoted family man and is a proud father of four. He's committed to his mentorship, leadership, and community. So today on the podcast, to take our podcast, I want y'all to give a round of applause to Coach Gabe. Come on now.
Glad to have you on the show.
And also before I forget, we also got to give a round of applause to his son Elijah as well. Welcome to the show, you little man.
Hey, what's up, son?
What's up?
Might want to slide your mic closer to you.
Yeah.
No, grab the bottom of it. Pull the whole base. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Now we can hear you loud and clear. You know, it's great. It's great to have y'all here on the show, man.
I appreciate it. It's good to be here.
Now, are you his coach as well?
I am.
Okay.
He's our quarterback.
Oh, you the QB?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what? Let me ask you this. I want to kick it off by asking, what got you into coaching?
What got me into coaching is just my background itself. You know, I grew up in the projects in the Herman Gardens, Joy Road area. A lot of my friends, family got into the wrong things. And my coaches, there's no telling where I would be. You know, they used to come pick me up from school, way on 7 Mile, Joy Road, take me to school, take me home. So I think that's the only thing that kept me out of trouble. So I give back in that way because it's just something that I know that I needed. And so, if I could be that change and that inspiration for some other kids to keep them off the streets and on the right path. So that's my passion with it.
And people don't know how rough the Herman Gardens was back at that time either. It was before my time, but I wasn't there.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You mind telling the guests like how rough it was during that time?
Oh, yeah, man. You had different different gangs. Joy Road gang originated over there. I remember this gang called the 6 Minutes. But it was real bad with just like drugs and crime and, gangs, killings. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you're not far from Murder Mac. No, you said Joy Road and what?
Yeah,
No.
right across from Murder Mac.
Yeah, Murder, yeah.
It's not there no more. They made it into something different, but that's not what it used to be.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, I got a question for, your son right here.
Okay.
How's it like to have your father as your coach?
Good.
Good, you like it?
Yeah.
Now, is he tough on you?
Yes.
Yeah? Now,
Gotta be.
yeah, so are you tougher on him than are your other players?
I think so at times. I try to balance it out, though, because I don't want to. I know it's tough being a coach and coaching your kid, your son. You don't want to take the joy away from it. But, I think I have to be hard on him because it's my son and I know what he can do. And so I try to make sure that I stay on top of him, keep pushing him when he lose focus. But my other coaches and parents, they say I do a good job with all the kids. But, I'm always going to say that.
Now I feel like football is both of your favorite sports. What's some of y'all favorite players in the NFL?
Who your favorite players, son?
In the NFL is Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I'm old school, man. I grew up watching Ray Lewis and Charles Woodson, Deion
Interesting
Sanders.
guy, Ray Lewis.
That's usually how it is with us.
Yes, sir.
What about Deion Sanders?
Yes, sir. Deion Sanders, my man. He's the best to do it. Best to do it.
Yeah, can't deny that.
Nah.
I know it's an interesting topic. Actually, I texted him about it earlier. They said the NFL actually had a low draft for people who are trying to get into the NFL because so many people get NIL money. Do you got any views or opinions about that?
I don't really have any insight on the NIL because I'm not at that level.
No, I know, but how do you feel about
NIL?
now? It might be a lot of people who won't even consider going pro anymore.
Yeah,
because
I think it could be pros and cons on both sides. Athletes, they didn't get paid back in the day. It's a lot. Playing college ball myself at even a smaller college, it takes a lot of time away. It costs you money to even play.
So what college did you play for?
I went to Heidelberg University in Ohio, and then I went to Methodist University in North Carolina.
Okay.
But even then, you know, it just took a lot of my time away. You know, we spend hours and hours practicing in season, off season, you know, studying film, game film. You always doing something. So your time is really restricted from, you know, what you can do on a daily basis.
You were in the Navy, right?
I was in the Navy.
Don't the Navy have a sports football team as well?
We do, yes, sir.
Did you play?
I didn't play for the Navy team. We had a
Were they too trash? Like I can't.
no. So
I'm
that's
joking.
a whole different. That's a whole different animal. So if you're in the Navy,
Yeah, I know they.
the school is totally separate from the military itself. So that's like an actual. It's a university. But once you're done there, now you have to go into the military.
Because it's like West Point, Army, all that other stuff. Air Force.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you got to go to the academy in order to play for them.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So you'll once you graduate from the academy, now you become an officer. So now, once you graduate, you become an officer. Now you owe them the military back their time. That's what the issue with David Robinson and some of the other athletes.
Yeah, the admiral.
Yeah.
Now, what do you feel like? Well, let me ask. What positions were you playing?
I played corner in high school. I played wide receiver. I got to college. I played strong safety,
Is there ever a position you wanted to play they just never put you in that spot?
quarterback.
Quarterback, why that?
You know, I just didn't get tall enough. You know,
I don't think height mattered. You think it's really height though?
back then it did. You know, at least with my coaches. You know, we had taller guys, a little bit probably more polished than I was.
How many yards you think you could throw if you had the chance to throw the ball the farthest?
Right now,
Yeah. Well, no, back then and
back
now.
then I could throw it about 65 yards, about 60 yards.
Okay.
Now, I got a question for you since we talking about quarterbacks. Now, is there a certain type of height requirement? Because it seemed like they won't let you start as quarterback unless you're above 6 feet in a lot of cases.
Depends. You know, if you got guys that's fast. That can get outside the tackle, that can throw the ball, that's accurate, that can read the defense. So it just depends. But for me, you know, I played at Chassis. So we had some dogs on the team, so I didn't get the opportunity to play the spot for quarterback.
Now, I want to flip up the conversation and involve your son in this one. Did you always want your son to be, you know, to play football, or was it something that he wanted to do on his own?
He loved it, man, from just a little kid, man, because he saw me coaching, and he would always be at practice, and he just wanted to play. So it's not something that I'm never going to force on him, but I mean, I did want him to play. But, you know, I just let him, you know, gain his own love for it. But that's all he do, watch football, play football, video games, football, everything.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this. Did you always want to play quarterback?
Yeah,
You did? How far can you throw?
like 30 yards.
30 yards? Okay. Keep it up. Keep it up. Most definitely. And I see we got Lions fans in the house. We got Lions paraphernalia in the house.
Detroit, everything, man.
Elijah, is your favorite play a quarterback sneak, or you actually like to throw the ball or pass it off? What do you like?
Quarterback sneak.
Quarterback
I figured.
sneak, okay.
Most quarterbacks, they quarterback sneak, man.
Yeah. But let me also ask you this, going back to the Navy. Yep. Now, do you think your time playing football molded you for the Navy?
I do. Playing football, the coaching staff that we had at Chassis and my college coaches, you know, we had a lot of discipline. I had a lot of disciplinary coaches. They would like no nonsense, be on time, you know, everything to a T. You know, so that prepared me for college. Outside of college, I mean, going to the Navy, being around different people in the hood. Back in Detroit, I grew up. It was, you know, I was around us. I didn't really know. I was never really around white people. Didn't know really how to interact with people outside of, you know, of my kind. But going to college, then having teammates and coaches and roommates and things of that nature, that prepared me for the Navy to be able to identify with other people, accept other people, and, you know, be able to, you know, have conversations with people and get to know people.
So you didn't use a GI Bill. Did you have a scholarship?
For
college?
Yeah, I had a scholarship for college.
Okay. So did you want to go to the Navy first, or for some reason you just
I didn't.
Okay, all right.
So my father was a Muslim, so he was totally against military, you know, like totally against it. He passed away my senior year of high school. But, you know, just getting out in the world, experiencing things, college, it didn't really, you know, at the time we didn't have the technology and the YouTube, and, you know, you didn't have access to get, you know, looks and things of that nature. I just decided at the school I was at in North Carolina, I got to meet other players that was actually on the team that was in the Army. it was an Army base, Fort Bragg, right around corner from the campus. And so being there, I just started talking to people, getting some ins and outs about the military and what it was like, and that's why I developed my my interest for the military. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, your father being against the military, is that all people in of the Muslim faith, or is it, was that just a him thing?
Pretty much.
Because I don't know much about the whole Muslim faith that in those regards of service.
Yeah, so pretty much, well, speaking from my father, my uncles, and people that I grew up with and was around, that was totally against it. They felt like, being a black man in America, you had no business fighting,
Like the boys in the hood.
Like Ali, like what Ali said.
absolutely, white man's war and things of that nature. So, yeah, they was totally against it, but I decided to take my own path, my own journey, and things of that nature. But for myself, it worked out good for me.
So let me ask you this: what years were you active?
I was active 2005 through 2010, almost 2011.
So it was
About 6 years.
right there when the country with the war with Iraq and Afghanistan.
A little after, yeah.
A little after.
Yeah, a little after.
Oh, so you wasn't over in Afghanistan or Iraq anytime, were you?
No, we deployed in the area, but I was on a carrier, so I was never in battle or nothing like that. We was on a carrier. We did a lot of launch and recovery activities out there.
So that was your skill set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I do want to know, what is life like on a carrier? And how long are you at sea?
You go from sea anywhere between 6 to 10 months, sometimes longer. It just depends on what's going on. I've been extended for 10 months was the longest I was away.
So now I'm assuming with that type of lifestyle, when you do have the option to go on vacations, you don't do cruises. Because it's like
I actually miss being on cruise.
Okay.
I do. So that's something that I'm definitely planning in the next a couple years. Going back on the cruise, taking the family on the cruise, because that's something that I used to get a lot of peace. End of the days, going on the back of the ship, just chilling.
So I was about to, what all is there to do on a ship for 6 months? You see all the faces. It's really nothing new. I don't know if they allow y'all to fish off the side, but what is there to do?
All thing you got to do, you can go to the gym. Believe it or not, they have gym facilities on the boat. You can go down on the lower decks and work out. People do crazy stuff, man. People make rap music. They got the IT department. They got the radio department. People make rap albums, R&B albums, gospel albums. People find stuff to do.
Oh, they got little
I can
studios.
imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, we find stuff to do for sure.
I can imagine, because you out there for a long period of time, man. You can cut a whole album.
Absolutely. People find stuff to do to get in trouble as well.
Yeah. Now, when the ones who do get in trouble, do they still are they probably in a prison there under the bottom of the boat, or do they send them off somehow?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So you have a small jail on the boat that guys go to, but once depending on what they did. So if it's something serious, they're gonna get them out of there and take them to a facility, back on the pier, back on shore.
Now, I know you said, your family was against, you joining the service or anything like that. Well, let me ask you this. Besides the Navy, were there any other branch of the military that you considered on joining?
Air Force.
Air Force?
So Marines and Army was out the window for me, just because, I had a lot of my father in me, and I was like, that's something that I did not want to go and be on the ground and fighting and things. So I wanted to find something that would be in my lane, something that I felt comfortable doing, something I could feel not proud of doing, but have an interest in doing, and saying that I partook in this part of the operation for myself, my family, and my country back home. So
I do want to kind of fast forward. You won 2 city championships. Was it back to back?
Yep.
And who did you go compete against the same team both times?
No. So our first year we beat King, and then the next year we beat Cass Tech.
Oh, did the Cass Tech feel better?
No, King felt better.
Oh, it felt, because it's the first one, I guess.
How's it feel in general?
Actually, Cass Tech was good because we were behind the whole game. And that was literally, it was right across the street from where my father was buried at. He's buried right across the street.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we played at King though. The game was at King.
What year was this?
This was in 2000, I believe.
In your opinion, if you can remember both games, who was the MVP of both games? Do you want to shout them out if you can recall?
My man Stone Street. Stone Street. He was our running back, played linebacker, field goal kicker. Matter of fact, that a Cavs game, I think he made 3 long field goals for us.
Oh, you were. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm wrong. I thought you were coaching. This is where you were playing.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Okay.
was playing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's even better.
So I
we
mean,
had a lot of talent on our team. Man. I think our team. I mean, we had so many like just dogs on the team, man. It was just guys didn't it was different back then. You didn't really get an opportunity or a look. We had a lot of talent on that team, man. Myself, Sherman. I think you had Sherman on before.
yeah, coach. Shout out to Coach Sherman.
Yep.
When you ever played an undefeated season?
No, we didn't go undefeated.
No, I'm saying any season of your football career.
Well, my Cobra's been undefeated in 2023.
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
16-0.
Oh, 16. That must have felt good.
Now let me ask you this: now your college years. Now you already mentioned one of the colleges you went to. What made you choose that one?
So I wanted to get my foot in the door somewhere. So that was a D3 school, and so I went there. I looked at it. I wanted to get away from home, but not be too far away. By that being in Ohio, it was a couple-hour drive, so I could get back to my mother, check on my family and things of that nature. So I went there. My whole plan was to go there, get some film, and transfer out. And so I was able to do that. So once I did that, that's how I ended up down in North Carolina.
Now, was there a college that you always wanted to go to beside those?
Michigan.
That's what I'm talking. Hey, come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
I already knew you was a Michigan man. I just want you to say it real quick.
Yes, sir.
Which coach did? Okay, let's just say you had your choice of coaches that coached Michigan. Which one did you want to play for?
I would have loved to play for Lloyd Carr.
Okay,
Lloyd Carr.
that's fair. Okay. And I know why, but for the viewers out there, why Lloyd Carr?
I liked his style. I like the way he coached. I like his balance of offense. I like that he was a player's coach, and all the players loved him. Anything that I ever read or watched or heard about him, actually talked to some players that I met over the years. That's what they all say. I like Harbaugh too.
Yeah, Harbaugh. Yeah,
too.
people didn't believe in Harbaugh at first, but he did what he did.
Yep. I still like Harbaugh. Always did.
I wanna go back into the NFL. Do you have any coaches who you look up to, or you just respect their coaching in the NFL?
I love Dan Campbell. I love how he brings that intensity, that belief. He
That
put
grit.
the belief. Yep, exactly. He
That
put the
grit.
grit into the Lions, and just from day one, like, we're gonna be tough, we're gonna be physical, we're gonna come at you. And I think that over time, all the players, the returning players, the incoming players, they buy into that mindset and that thought process. And a lot of times in sports, that's what it is. It's a mindset. It's the way you view yourself, the way you view your team.
Because coaches are motivators too.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes, sir.
I hate to flip flop, but I want to go back from Michigan for a minute.
Okay.
I see pictures of you being down there on Michigan Stadium on the field. How's it feel to be down there?
That felt good. It was more so about the kids being able to get in there. And one thing I told them, some of the guys got to throw a touchdown. He threw 3, had guys catch touchdowns, had guys, I said, you've done something that a lot of people can't say that they've done. You scored a touchdown in Michigan Stadium. You threw a touchdown in Michigan Stadium. You got an interception in the big house, right? So just that experience, being able to experience the field itself and play in the stadium, I thought that would be a good opportunity for the boys to give them some motivation to want to go and get to that level as well.
How does that make you feel as a dad, seeing your son throw 3 touchdowns like that?
It was good. I was excited for him. I was super excited for him.
Good job, little man.
Now, in Elijah's league, do they have? Because not his league doesn't follow the same rules as NFL or even college.
Right.
Do they allow for celebration?
Yes, they do.
No, they can get excessive, or
Yeah, they'll get excessive. You could, but I think that also goes back into the coaching and what you instilling in the kids. I tell them, you can have fun, but we're not going to be disrespectful. We're going to act like that we did this before. Act like you scored before.
now does his league allow blitzing?
Yes.
What does it? Are there any differences, or is it pretty much you can do all the same things that other leagues can do?
We can do the same things that other leagues do. The only difference is coming up. Well, last year we didn't do kickoff. We won't do punt or punt return.
I'm saying because the league don't allow it, right?
Nope.
Okay, right.
Because of the age. So now this year we'll be doing kickoff.
Right, no punt return. Did you say no punt return?
Yeah.
So how's that work?
It's just that they age group. You know, as they get older, when they get, I believe, 10 and 12U and 14U, I believe, you know, then they'll do punting and things of that nature. But at their age, you know, they don't allow them to punt the ball. So we'll just flip the field. If you will say we're going to punt the ball, we'll just flip the field position back around.
And like you said, when they get older, they're going to start doing that.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it because, in your opinion, you think that they don't feel any children have kicking power?
I think it's a safety issue more than anything else. You know, they're so young, they don't really. We can teach it and coach it up, but you know they ain't really gonna grasp it. You know, to the point to where they can be able to protect themselves. That's what I think.
Now let me ask you this: as a father, I've been told that colleges start the recruitment early, like when they're in middle school, when it comes to players. How does that work?
Not quite sure. I haven't had that experience yet to speak on that subject.
Because I thought the earliest you can go is probably ninth grade, but I didn't know they go as far as.
Well, I've seen kids getting offers at like 10, 11 years old, man. You know.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
That's let me know how football. It's a lot about football people don't understand when it comes to recruiting.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you recruit when it comes to?
I do.
And how do you go about doing that? If you want to share.
What I do is, you know, I like to go around to other local sports, baseball, basketball, wrestling, things of that nature, and I recruit kids there. What I don't do, which I was thinking about I should start doing, but I don't recruit other teams' kids.
Right? Wait, you said maybe you should start doing it?
Yeah.
While they're playing for the team currently?
Yeah.
And why is that?
So we were in the Boys and Girls Club the previous years. So last year we went to PAL. And I was we were new to PAL, so some stuff that was going on, I was like taken back by it. But I mean, I respect it. I don't got a problem with it, but you know, guys will recruit kids like right after the game, man. I have my parents come up to me like, hey, this coach right after the game, he was trying to get this kid, telling him to come over like the next week to play the next game.
Oh, so you learn how to play the game now, if that's what y'all, okay.
Yeah, and I saw that sometimes, like we'll play a team and they'll got this kid on this team, then the following week down with another team, we playing the same.
There's no rules against that? Like the PAL whole committee didn't say a kid, a name or a kid can only be on 2 teams per season, something like that.
I think they changed it up a little bit, but it's a cutoff date. But you know, guys have games they play like exhibitions. They call them like benefit games or friendship games, like preseason games leading into the season. And so at those games, I believe, again, I've only been in PAL for one season. I believe in those games that's when a lot of it goes on, the recruiting and things of that nature.
Now, do you think hype is weird? But do you think if you could find some talent in a church, you can't see what they're capable of physically, but it's talent everywhere, though.
I found a couple of kids at our church now.
Okay.
So we go to a Trinity Church in Taylor. They have a huge sports program called ICE program. So they do basketball, flag football, volleyball, softball. They got a big program there. So being in the church, you know, I mix and mingle with the parents and kids and things of that nature. And I found 2 or 3 kids already.
Now, we're still talking about recruitment. What do you look for as far as players?
Well, at this age, you know, I look for their athletic ability. I watch them play basketball, how they move, if they're physical, if they're afraid of contact, you know, their footwork, how their footwork look, things of that nature. But you know, at this age, you know, you got to pull it out of them. They got to be taught it. You know, they got to be taught the game of football. They got to be taught the proper steps. They got to be taught the techniques, fundamentals of the game. So I think any kid can play if you take the time and teach them, and that's what I love to do.
No,
One of the things that I love about football is I like to watch the development from the beginning of the season, especially with kids that never played before, towards the end of the season. And you know, you'll be surprised. Like you'll see kids that's never tackled, never did any of that stuff, you know, in the past. They'll put pads on, they'll struggle for probably a couple weeks, sometimes a month, it just depends. But it's like a flight or fight thing. You know, they're gonna get tired of getting hit. They're gonna get tired of taking it, and then they're gonna start to fight back. And then it'll click from, well, you know, I'm not as weak as I thought I was. I can do this. You know, so then something will click in them, and then you'll see a whole new kid by the middle of the season, end of the season, they ready to play the next season. So.
Okay.
You got a question?
I forgot my first one, but my other question is, during the game, you see some people messing up. Oh, you didn't put your mouth guard in, or you didn't do this or that. What is practice like for those specific kids the next day? Is it the same routine, or you got to run an extra lap, more push-ups from you?
Oh no, we run them. You got to discipline them.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what.
I don't miss that.
Yeah, so, I tell my kids, if you're giving effort, you make a mistake. You're never gonna hear nothing from me. I want you to give effort. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. You're playing hard. When you're doing silly stuff, you're jumping off sides, you're getting penalties, you blocking in the back, things of that nature, things that we, just discipline, simple things, that self-forced errors. Now, that's when we got a problem. So then that's when you'll see me at practice or after practice, because you're not focused.
Now, I do have a question with that. Now, let's say they do something right and they do it very well. What's the reward system like?
Reward system, this year we're going to give decals, kind of like Michigan, Cobra, no stickers on the helmet, things of that nature. We'll do pizza parties, things of that nature. We ended up, we had one game we wanted to get some sacks. Whoever get the most sacks in the game, after the game, we gave them some money. They let them go buy a video game, stuff like that. We always try to find little ways to keep the kids encouraged and motivated to get out there and do what we ask them to do.
Now, I do got a question for Elijah. What's your favorite play that you like to run?
I already asked him that. He said quarterback sneak, bro.
No. It's another one. What's your second favorite play?
What's your specific
Specific
play you like to run?
Michigan.
Okay. I don't know too much about that one. I'm not even
No,
gonna
don't
say
give
it.
away the secrets. The other team's gonna be watching.
That's actually a pass play.
Is it?
Pass play. Yeah, we call it Michigan. It's a quick screen. I'll tell you, it's a quick screen.
Quick,
He
okay.
gets it out. We motion out, and then he gets a quick screen out to the receiver.
Okay, we ain't trying to have you, give away too much.
No,
like
we
bro
good.
said. Yeah.
I change up stuff every week.
And that was
man.
last season.
That's last season terminology.
But let's talk about the toughest team you ever played.
Okay.
For both of y'all.
Yeah, hey, what would you say be the toughest one you ever played?
Playing as a player.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
when
start.
you were a player, when
you were a player, you were a coach.
As a player, I'm gonna say in high school, the toughest team that we played was Detroit Central.
And what happened with that one?
We beat them both times we played them, but they were tough, man. They had Antonio Gates. They had a running back named, we called him Brain Surgeon. His name was Anthony Sheldon.
Brain surgeon.
Yes, sir.
I wonder how he got that name.
Was there
He
any
was a beast.
was there any injuries that game?
No, we had no injuries that
That's
game.
good.
But they were tough every time we played them. Yep.
So who come out on top?
We did.
Okay,
We did. Yes, sir.
but it made you better as players, right?
All of us, yep. Like I said, man, in the city, even now today, it's so much talent in here in Detroit. And I think our athletes are overlooked all the time, on a national level as far as talent and recruiting, things of that nature. That's why you'll have a Bryce Underwood or some of these cats at Cass Tech that come out here. They had to go to a smaller school and then they'll transfer back into other schools and things of that nature. But there's so much talent here in the city.
I can imagine so. I mean, so many kids,
Yeah, it was more schools back then when we were in school, so the talent was more spread out.
Yeah, because they closed so many, and they either ship. Yeah, you're right. More schools back then. I do want to know. Oh no, what about you? What's the toughest team you ever played?
The Ducks.
The Ducks.
Why so?
Because the team was so big, whenever our center I said hike, he wouldn't snap the ball.
Oh, come on.
What? That's no good. Somebody need to get cut.
Absolutely. No, he got to work with him. So last season, coming into PAL, our boys they went undefeated the year before. We had a couple scrimmages. We don't really count them, but in the games, we didn't lose a game the year before. And so we came into the season last year. Organization, this is our 4th year being an organization. So that's one of the things why I wanted to come over with the Cobras. I didn't want to join something that was already established. Like you got the Falcons, you got the Ducks, you got some of these teams that's already established. It's been around for years and years. Little League football, West Side Cubs, Rams. I didn't want to join one of them. I wanted to be a part of something that was built up.
Now, how were you able to do that? Establish, your own mark, your own team. How does
Well, it's not my team.
Oh.
The president, his name is Rashad.
okay.
So I was looking for a team for him to play, and they were local. And so I took him out, let him try out, and I was just observing. and I would make suggestions and things of that nature just from my experience with the coaching staff. And then I was asked to come on as the OC. So then that turned into me head coaching and things. But I never had intentions to coach. It just turned into something.
Just something that just happened.
Now, if you were able to give a team a name, what would you name a team?
I'm not sure.
For either y'all? None of
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But I do want to know.
Think about. That's something to think about.
Wolverine's is already taken.
Yes, sir.
Most of the best names. But I do want to know, do they allow girls in the league?
They do.
Or has there ever been?
I've seen a couple girls before. Not in PAL. I haven't seen any in PAL, but in the Downriver League when I coached the Seahawks, they had girls.
Co-ed.
It's not I guess you could say it's a co-ed, but not really. You would maybe have like one girl on the team.
Do you recall the position?
They was on the line. Big girl.
Wow, what?
She was doing her thing too. I can't remember her name, but yeah, she was pretty good.
Okay. Oh, I did have another question for Elijah. You said your center was scared to hike the ball, or actually probably for both of y'all. I just want to know what's his build, his height and size. Y'all center.
A pretty big kid. I mean, he's shorter kid. So last season, coming into PAL, trying to figure out the league and things of that nature, we had like 40-something kids on the team. We were supposed to be.
Is there a maximum? Sorry for.
Yeah, we were supposed to have 8U. We had an 8U team last, but we had like 50 kids. We thought at the time. So we decided to go 7U. So instead of our boys playing 8U, he was 7 last year. So it was going to be 7 and 8. So like it is this year. And so what happened was, because of the numbers, we decided to split the team up. I didn't want to do that, but it was better for the parents and organization as a whole, because we just had too many kids. Kids wouldn't been able to get reps in and playing and stuff and things of that nature. So we knew we was going to take some L's as far as on the field, because we didn't have enough numbers, but we thought it was more important to make sure these kids got their playing time and get reps and get experience. So that was the goal. But so when that happened, that kind of because of the age cutoff, that left us with about 13 kids on the 7U team.
So it's only an age cutoff, not a height and weight cutoff?
No, not in PAL.
Okay.
So that was the issues with the line last year. So most of my line went up to play 8U. So we didn't have a line at all last year. For sure.
I got a question for you as a coach.
Yeah.
Which coach, is any coach, inspire you the most?
Inspired me the most. My high school coach, man, Coach Charles Spann, and my high school coach.
Can you say his last name again?
Spann.
SPAN?
Yep, SPANN.
Span.
Oh, 2 N's.
And because he was your coach, that's why you would give that answer.
Yep, just the way he coached us, the things that he instilled in me, personally invested in me. Like I said, he's picked me up from school every day.
Now, let me also ask you this. How do you inspire your players?
I try to get to a level that they can understand. Me being from where I'm from, I think it's easy for me to relate to any kid. I grew up pretty rough, man. Luckily I didn't get involved in the streets then, but my home life it wasn't always perfect. So, I can relate to kids. When I see kids, I can just tell when they got problems at home, their behavior. I don't really, I'm patient with them. I talk to them. I encourage them. I do things to make them know that I'm here for you. I believe in you, and that's my main message to them.
Now, I did want to know, what rank did you make it to when you got into the Navy?
When I got into the Navy, I left.
Or what was the highest rank you reached? I apologize.
E5.
And was it difficult to do that, or what was?
Not at all, man. Being in the Navy, it was more so pen and paper. You got to, take tests, exams, things like that. You got to know your craft.
So were you ever on top on the deck when the planes were coming in and going out?
Yes, when I got out, I was that was my job.
Because I hear that's real dangerous.
It is, but it's fun. It make the day go by fast too.
Okay.
Launching and recovery. You got jets coming in. We would guide them in, land them, park them.
So your MOS was the guy doing this, bringing them in?
That's right.
Oh wow.
Have you ever been on a jet?
I've never been on a jet that was going. I've been inside them as they was parking.
Well, you never flew out.
I never did.
Well, I mean, if you had the opportunity, would you have took it back then?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I was gonna say, because I heard that fighter jet takeoff is different than the regular plane.
Yes, sir. I'm good. Yeah, that.
Now, also, I got a question for you. Family life. Now, do football and family life get in the way? I know you got your son playing for you, but does it get in the way?
It does. It does. So I have 4 kids. They all active in sports. I got a kid. He's a senior at Taylor High School. I have a 15-year-old. She goes to Woodhaven, and then he goes to elementary school in Allen Park. So, and then we have games all different times. So I'm bouncing around during the fall season. I'm all over the place. So it does get into it. It does affect things. The home life. With the kids, with the lady, things that it's a lot of time is required. So
now, how does he, besides coaching him, how does he keep you on your toes?
Elijah's a good kid, man. He don't really get in no trouble. He don't really get in no trouble. He's getting a little lazy like most kids do.
Yeah,
most things with him. You gotta clean up his room, things of that nature. But other than that, he don't really give us no problems at all.
Keep up the good work, young man.
I want to know, do the grades work? What's the minimum or the worst type of grades you can have to continue playing? And then what do y'all do when somebody grades drop below that point?
So for me, I treat my kids like my players like I treat my own kids. C, we can work with that. Right? Anything lower than a C, that tells me you're not giving any effort at all. I'll tell my son, my kids, to get a C, all you got to do is do the work. You turn in all your work, show up to class, be on time, be respectful, pay attention. You should be able to get a C. Anything below a C, I feel like you're not putting you're not trying, you're not asserting yourself, you're not applying, yourself to what you're trying to do. So, that happens with my boys. Bad grades. If it's on the report card, you're not going to play the next game.
So Elijah, what's your favorite subject in school?
Gym.
I know he was going to say that. What's another subject?
That's every kid's favorite.
Technology.
Okay.
What about technology in that class do you like?
I like whenever you get to just do whatever you want, play any game.
So you like the games, huh?
Yeah.
You like PS5? What's your favorite game? PS5, Xbox?
Both.
Both.
No.
We play it all.
Hey, there's no wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
But what about games in general? Now, one of my favorite video games is the NCAA.
Absolutely.
I love it, and they're getting ready to come out with it again next
I'm
month.
waiting on it. I'm waiting on it.
So let me ask you this: so how often do you play that one?
I didn't get to play much last year.
Oh, you didn't?
But only we had a lot going on with the team. I spent most of my time, trying to prepare for games and find games and things of that nature with the boys. So he play all the time though.
Oh yeah.
So he still can't beat me, but he play all the time.
So outside of football, what's some other sports you're both interested in?
I like all sports. I was watching the hockey game the other night.
I can't watch hockey.
Red Wings.
I love the Red Wings.
There's something about hockey.
Wings. I like hockey. I can watch baseball.
You can watch
basketball.
golf?
I can't watch golf.
Okay.
Soccer.
I don't watch soccer either.
I'll tell you another good one. People sleeping on rugby.
I watch those tackles, but I don't know the rules of it.
It's not like football over here, but it's very similar.
Yeah.
Because they don't got no pads and helmets and nothing.
Ooh,
But
they got
hit
none of
though.
that. But they do cover their ears because you can catch an ear injury.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got no helmets.
And so
That's crazy.
there's been a few players that came to NFL from rugby, so I can't think of their names off the top, but it's been at least.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can believe it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: beside football, beside everything, what's something that you want to do? You know what I mean? That you
I want to write a book.
want to write a book?
I want to write a book. Yes, sir.
What's this book gonna consist of? Like, what are you gonna talk about? Your life?
My life, just coming from where I come from, some of the mistakes that I've made, some of the successes that I've had as well, trying to put it all together and try to put it into words, so maybe it can be of encouragement to somebody else that's made those same mistakes or, that's looking for a different path and a different way. Just share my story and my journey. So that other people can see that you're not defined by your mistakes or your errors and things of that nature. You can always it's always room to change and to be a better person and to do better.
Now, have you thought of a title?
I have not.
Because I can actually see that a book, movie, something. Something better than The Blind Side, if you ask me.
Yes, sir.
Now I do gotta, because I kind of ask people.
A good title would be Barely Made It, man.
I like it.
Barely made it.
I like it.
That's all right.
Usually I gotta ask people questions of lists because I just like people's lists.
Yeah.
I gotta know at least 3 of your favorite football movies.
Football movies. My favorite football movie is Remember the Titans.
What?
Okay.
Remember the Titans.
Come
Okay.
on, man. I thought you Why?
I like the journey of the team.
Okay.
You know, they were in a segregation, in the time of segregation. It dealt with, you saw the racism that the players had to deal with, and then you saw the unity at the end. I think when a team, the story can't get no better than that. You have a battle within your team. Not only do you got to compete against other teams, you got to bring your team together. So that was challenging.
From that perspective.
Yeah.
Shout out Wood Harris, Denzel Washington, everybody else in that movie.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Booby, what's
The Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights number 2, and then it's going to be Jamie Foxx. What's the
Any Given Sunday.
Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday.
in that order?
Okay.
So no Jerry Maguire for you?
In that
Well,
order.
I guess it was a football round.
It was more of an agent movie.
Yeah.
In that order.
What about you, little man?
He ain't really hit.
You not hip
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah. Most of them movies don't really drop movies like that. How they
they
used
don't.
to do when we was coming up.
Like Little Giants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could tell you my number one favorite football movie,
What's that?
The Program.
The Program was good too. I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, The Program.
That's fire.
What about you?
Probably Friday. No. Probably damn, which one did you say with Jeremy Foxx?
Any given
Any Given
Given
Sunday.
This is probably mine. I like that one.
I think with that movie, they went in depth on in the professional football that nobody else could ever do.
I can't remember the name of the dude with the gold tooth. I just liked his character.
Lawrence
most.
Taylor.
Yeah, because he was trying to get that contract bonus. You risking your health for a contract bonus so your family can be straight for a few more years. And I don't know why that was the main thing I liked about that movie.
Number 2 is The Water Boy.
That was actually good.
My mama said that. Man, that's a classic.
My-
I keep telling the story all the time. I got
Scream.
I tell the story all the time. I got one of Bobby Boucher's jerseys on my wall right now.
You got to have that.
Yeah.
Got to have that.
I'm just waiting for Adam Sandler so he can sign it.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, that'd be beautiful. What about 5 players in the NFL? That's if you got a top 5 list
Right now,
all time.
all time.
Well, no, let me hear you right now because we got to do some modern day stuff.
So right now, my top 5 players, I'm gonna say Josh Allen. I'm sorry.
Josh Allen,
The
Bills.
Yeah. Josh Allen. I like. It's tough, man. Let me make sure I get this thing right. I like. That's tough. That's a good one. I like B. John Robinson, the running back from the Falcons. Like him. I definitely like Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he need to give some more touches. Who else? Let me think about that.
You really stumped them, Stubbs.
I am. I got a lot of players. Like it's hard to put them in.
Can I ask about 2 players and just get your opinion on these 2 players? And they both used to be Lions players.
Yep.
I want to know about Ndamukong Suh.
Ndamukong Suh was intense, man. He was super intense, powerful. I think he was really good at what he did. I think he got a bad rep. I think he got a bad rep. I think he was dominant, man.
I mean, the bad rep was kind of deserving. If I'm gonna be honest,
Some of it.
some
man.
of your
I think-
plays, I'm like, bro, that was not an accident.
He was just a very intense player.
He was.
He was intense.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
love
said.
Ndamukong Suh, though. Man.
Oh yeah, me
I
too.
love
Yeah,
him,
that's
man.
about yeah.
Well, I used to always say, I always had the mindset like Detroit versus everybody, right? I always said, when he leaves Detroit, you ain't gonna ever hear them say nothing about him being a dirty player again. Just because that comes with the mantra playing Detroit, right?
Right.
The bad boys, Isaiah Thomas, even with the Red Wings,
Oh, yeah.
Tigers when they were winning.
Tigers.
They always say that about Michigan. The Michigan when they wanted to
Michigan
cheated.
versus everybody.
Yeah. So
Bet.
yeah, exactly. And so I always said when he leaves the Lions, we ain't gonna ever hear about that no more.
Because I thought him and Stafford and the other guy I was gonna mention, Golden Tate, they could have pulled it off. I felt like just them 3,
Yeah.
they should have been able to go farther,
Yes, sir.
but they didn't. But I do want to know your views and opinions on Golden Tate.
Golden Tate was a good player. He was a good blocker. He catch the ball, ran good routes. He could run the ball. They just didn't, big games seemed like something just didn't didn't click with him like all the time.
Yeah.
It always seemed like they was just that close or a little off. You know what I mean?
Now on a scale of 1 to 10, do you believe in such thing as a Vegas call?
You know what? I hate to cut you off, but I just want to add one more person to that list.
Okay.
What do you think about somebody like Herman Moore?
Herman Moore was a dog.
Yeah.
Herman Moore was a dog. And so, actually, Herman Moore was one of my favorite receivers for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he catch the ball, ran good routes. He couldn't cover him, double teams, one-on-ones. He always open.
So who became your new favorite receiver?
Right now,
If it's not Herman Moore.
well, my favorite receivers of all time is Calvin Johnson. Well, not all time, but since Herman Moore, it's Calvin Johnson.
I'm glad you brought him up.
I like Megatron. I like Devontae Adams, probably the best route runner in the league. I like him. I like Stephon Diggs. I like Puka Nacua, Cooper
Who?
Kupp.
Pooping the what?
Puka Nacua.
Oh,
That sounds very
familiar.
familiar.
Play for the Rams.
Okay.
Play for the Rams. I like him.
What
Real
position?
good.
Well,
Wide
receiver.
receiver. Yeah,
Okay.
wide receiver.
I might have to look him up. His name didn't stand
Well,
up.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek.
Yeah.
I want to say I heard of that name on the Madden in the Madden game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, yep.
What school? Do you know what school he came from?
I don't.
Okay.
I think he went to. Let me think.
Now, how deep are you into football? Do you watch like the combines and the draft?
I don't.
Okay. The draft that was here 2 years ago, did you go?
No, I was working.
Man, you might have wanted to call off. That thing was not. It was nice.
Yeah, it was time.
No violence. Man,
Yeah,
Detroit was.
I was so mad. I got stuck out on the road. I was on my way back home, and man,
Yeah, it was real beautiful.
But we can't just leave out St. Brown.
St. Brown's my man.
Yeah,
My
we can't
man.
leave out St. Brown.
I think he top 5 in the league right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His athleticism is crazy.
Yes, sir.
Let's speak on the future though.
It's toughness.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Can we speak on the future? What do you think? How good do you think Travis Hunter is going to be?
I think he's going to be a better corner than wide receiver.
And why you say that?
I do watch him. I do follow some things on social media and things of that nature, and I watch his route running. His route running is not good. If he can improve that, I think he'll be a good receiver. I think his natural ability to cover and recover and things of that nature, I think he's going to be a better cornerback than he is going to be a wide receiver.
So with all the current teams, what team do you think is the best fit for him? And also, I'm gonna do Deion Sanders' son next. What team do you think is it? Because I think he went to the Browns.
I think they both went to a team that's a good fit for him. To be honest with you,
To the Browns with
I
Deion
think
Sanders.
the Browns are a good fit for Shador.
Okay.
And why you say that?
He should if he's that, he should be able to win the starting spot there. Because you got Deshaun Watson, he's not gonna play. You got Flacco, you got Dylan Gabriel, and Shador.
How do you think the Lions going to do this season now that we lost our defensive coordinator?
So I think we should still be able to make a run at it at the Super Bowl, but I don't think we're gonna win as many games because our schedule's tough. The schedule's tough, man.
Ours was last year was pretty different. Last year was.
But I think a 12-win season to the playoffs. I think that's good. I think they can beat anybody in the league for sure. But I don't think they're gonna win 16 games this year.
So no Super Bowl predictions from you?
No, I'm not saying that.
No.
I think they can win the Super Bowl. I think they can make a run at it for sure.
Now, if you hypothetically were the GM of Lions, would you swap anybody? And if so, who do you want to make
I would
us?
have went and got Myles Garrett, man. I would have got another pass rusher.
Okay.
Just another. I think defensively, the guys that were hurt, once them guys get back, I don't think we're gonna miss a beat on defense at all. Got our guys back from injury. I think we had those guys. I think they would have won it last year.
That's what I thought. I think we should have been there.
Yeah, for sure. You just had too many injuries to overcome. We had what 17 defensive starters.
That defense, damn near everybody was out.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And if Aiden come back anywhere near what he was, he gonna be a problem.
And I was gonna say, what do you think about that situation? I mean, we see him, training and all that, but you think he's gonna be 100%?
Not early. Not early, but I think as the season goes on, I think he'll get more comfortable. I think it's gonna be mental for him, just worrying about that injury happening again and things of that nature. I think, but probably about week 3 or 4, I think he'll turn it up.
Okay. I do got just one more question for you. if you could build an NFL dream team, you don't got to give me all 11, but if you got about 5 people you at least want on the same team.
All time?
All time.
Barry Sanders would be my running back. I will go with
He said what?
What'd you say?
He said what?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. What about Pat Mahomes? What?
he don't like Pat Mahomes. He look like
But
Pat
you look
Mahomes.
like him. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah. Well, my bad.
I would go with Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I would go with Tom just because of the accolades that he got.
They the same position. Wait, no. You said who was your very first? Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. I would go with Tom Brady.
That's okay. Tom.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Yeah.
Randy Moss. Ray Lewis.
I knew he was gonna do Ray.
Yes, sir.
He already said it.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis. Ed Reed would be one of my safeties. Troy Polamalu would probably be my strong safety.
Yeah, Palomalo, yeah.
Dion at corner. Charles Woodson.
Palomalu, I like Palomalu. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, can I ask you this? What player annoys you? Like, you can't stand to see him. Can't stand to see him play.
You don't seem like you got that energy.
Hey, everybody got one.
I don't think. I guarantee you don't.
Let me think about that.
Like,
I don't really like Jalen Ramsey, man.
what I tell you?
I guess, man.
What I tell you?
I don't really like Jalen Ramsey. How about you?
Yeah. Player that annoys me. Can I get back to you on that?
Yep.
Yeah, let me get back to you. I got to think about that one.
I do got another question for you.
What you got?
In your opinion, who's the best athlete turned actor? Because you got Joe Brown, you got Terry Crews, and they don't even got to be NFL.
Yeah.
It don't got to be NFL. Just who's the best athlete turned actor?
So you got The Rock?
Yeah. Oh wow.
would
If
say
you
The Rock.
Brock Lesnar.
Rock. It would be The Rock.
What's the other guy with the bald head who plays at Batista? If he was an athlete.
Well, yeah, sports entertainment, so we can count that.
I would go with The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock, yeah.
Okay. Once you
He
said
played football. He played college.
Yeah.
Played a little NFL.
Well,
Russell.
if we want to go back, we can go to players like Jim Brown and, Hammer Williamson.
I think I said Joe Brown. I meant to say Jim.
Yeah, I'm about to say Joe Brown, the judge.
All right.
Like, what the hell?
I knew I had the name wrong. Once I came out, it didn't feel right.
Sometimes we mess up. Hey, we're human. What can we say? But as far as my annoying player, at one time, he's not fully annoying, but one time when T.O. was crashing out.
T.O., yeah.
Yeah, when he was crashing, I'm like, bro, just play. He a great player, but why you over here doing all this unnecessary, working out in the driveway and all that stuff? Yeah.
T.O. was annoying. He was annoying.
Did you have a player's controversy who you felt was unforgivable, or that you sided with? Like,
Give me an example.
I'm trying to think of dude, Mike Vick. You probably side with it, or you'd be like, yeah, that is kind of unforgivable. Or Ray Lewis, I want to say he had a case that got swept under the rug. If you recall that, I ain't gonna bring that up. But
Mike Vick, I sided with Vic.
what about dude from?
I think he just had bad company.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You had dude from Patriots,
Which one?
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
If that's I don't know. I doubt nobody would side with that. But just who just do you have somebody like your controversy is not going? You won't be able to overshadow your controversy.
The Hernandez one was unforgivable.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the coaches level as well too. Because when you watch the documentary, you can see that a lot of that stuff was going on when he was at Florida. Mm-hmm. So I think that created a bigger monster than what he was. Then he went to the NFL, got millions behind him, had money to fund some of his activities. Now you got a whole nother problem.
Let's talk about that. Because in NBA, NFL, it's several athletes who can't stay out the streets.
Yeah.
What?
John Morant's one. He's super talented.
He kind of different, man. We can't. In my opinion, we can't put him there with everybody else because he truly didn't come from that lifestyle.
Let me also ask you this: do you think this stems from? This is what I've been told from other coaches. Mm-hmm. Do this stems from players not being used to getting told no?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. You coming up, you got, agents and people coming at you telling you, yes, you can do this. Then you getting away with things at a young age as well too. So it builds up and trickles down and builds, character. The type of character that a person is going to have, the type of character that a person is going to put on display on a day-to-day basis. So, it all for me. It all starts in the upbringing in the household with the parents, the adults that surround a person. That's how you build a man.
Okay.
Now, since your son is a quarterback, and I take it you're a big QB family, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
No. Well, I just want your opinion. The up-and-coming quarterback from Michigan, Bryce Underwood. What you think about him?
I think he's a dog. I've been watching Bryce play since he was a freshman.
Oh yeah.
Kind of followed him. I think he's gonna end up being a starter this year.
It looked like it.
For sure. Yeah. I went to did you go to the spring game?
Oh, I didn't go. I didn't go. How was it?
The spring game was cool. I look at it from a different perspective. He didn't have like the big throws and highlights and all that stuff, but he ran the team well. He didn't look like he was lost like a freshman. He looked like he knew what he was doing. He was under control.
So he looked like a player coach.
He did. Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Yes, sir.
In Ann Arbor.
Do you? That's another question too. Do you feel like all sports, the coaches should come from players who no longer on the court or the field, or some people just they can see it, but they don't got to play the game to really be a good coach?
So for me, I would say if I'm a player, I want my coach to have some experience in playing, right? But also, I don't think that coach he don't have to have been an All-American player. Some guys just soak up the knowledge. They understand the X's and O's of the game. They know how to develop talent. They know how to teach the game. And for me, the game is 80% mental. Football is. It's physical. It's very physical. But if you understand what you're doing, your IQ's up there. That eliminates a lot of questions pre-play and things, so you can be in position to make a play. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull your move. You mind if I do it?
Go
I got my own little list right here.
Come on with it.
I'm gonna name 3 very popular coaches.
Okay.
Number 1 is Bill Belichick. What do you think about him?
He's a great coach. He's He's disciplined. He has a system, a proven system that works, and he don't have the. Actually, that's a coach that I kind of I would say that I kind of see myself as not on that level, but he doesn't have a bunch of Pro Bowl players all the time. He builds his players, and he can bring in players from different teams and free agents, whether they're rookies, older guys that they can all join his system and fit in. So he has a system that works.
Now my next one is Nick Saban.
He's a great recruiter. I didn't think he was the best coach, but I think he won. But I think he won with talent. He got a lot of talent. I think a lot of coaches could have won with that talent.
And my third and final one, Mr. Andy Reid.
Yes, sir. Andy Reid's a great coach. He's a great offensive mind. He's done it with the Eagles. He's doing it again now with the Chiefs. So I think he's proven himself time and time again with different quarterbacks, different types of quarterbacks, different running backs, receivers. You don't ever really have to have a lot of big name receivers, or he puts it together with his play calling, with his system, and how he teaches the game. So I think he's a great coach as well.
Now before we move on, I got one more. Legendary, John Madden.
John Madden would be football wouldn't be the same without John Madden. I think as a coach and as an analyst as well too. He brought a lot to the game of football, to NFL. Made it more popular than what it was. He brought more information out for the fans. I think it wouldn't be the same without.
And even the video game industry.
Yeah, the video game industry as well too. Yep.
Salute Madden.
Yes,
rest in peace.
We'll still be stuck with that Joe Montana.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought you were about to say 2K. I'm like, hey, 2K was actually fire
I
though.
was just gonna say Blitz. I was like, don't hate on Blitz, man.
Blitz was fire too.
Yeah, I love Blitz.
But yeah, I mean,
You don't know nothing about that.
Hey, what's your? So he's a Madden player, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay. Now, do y'all have a favorite year that Madden came out?
Ooh.
Because it was some way better than what we have today.
It was. What year they had the QB vision?
I could tell you in a second.
That was my favorite.
The QB vision.
I could tell you in a second.
Man, you might have to go get you a PlayStation or something so you can play Blitz.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah,
It came out in 2006, according to Google.
Yes, sir. That was my favorite.
That's your favorite. What did he say?
Madden 20.
Madden 20?
Yeah.
Why Madden 20?
Because, the graphics wasn't so high. And, whenever I played one of my big brothers, he, used to beat me. And then I just got so good. he couldn't beat me.
Oh yeah, you got to. Now, I used to break controllers. I'm a sore loser.
Absolutely. Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Remember the old Nintendo?
Oh, you talking about the Square?
Yes, sir.
Oh man. But you know, it's so. What do y'all think about the evolution of video games from then until now? Because it came a very long
Amazing,
way.
right? It's amazing. It did. You came from a Tecmo Bowl?
I played it, but it was before my time a
That's
little
on
bit.
me. I'm Super Nintendo.
I just gave my age away. But you know, but the technology, man, it's amazing, man. They come a long way. I love it.
I like the tournament world because it's kids winning $100,000.
It is.
So you funding your future.
Facts.
Now let me ask you this: besides, are you a basketball watcher?
I watched it. Yes, sir.
Who you think gonna win it?
I think Indiana gonna win, man. I think Indiana's gonna win.
You don't think so, Elijah? Who you think?
Oklahoma.
You want Oklahoma to win? Oklahoma fan. So
I'm gonna tell you why I say Indiana. I think they got the better coach,
okay,
and I think Rick Carlisle with the Pistons.
I remember.
And then he had the Mavericks when they were the heavy underdog to the Heat.
Did you? I know you seen that last shot.
I did.
Man, that broke a lot of hearts and a lot of parlays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yes, sir.
Now,
We ain't got to talk about that.
no, let's keep that
much.
in the dark. Now, let's go from movies. I mean, I know we said favorite movies, but besides football films, what other movies, genre movies, y'all like watching?
Myself, I like street movies. Like I like Minister Society, South Central.
I love South
Shows Power. I like the whole series of Power.
Snowfall.
You ever seen a movie with Vin Grimes? It's called Animal.
I seen that one.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's on YouTube. I believe it's free on YouTube. Check it. It's a good story. It's kind of like South Central.
Okay.
Good story.
I want to say it's a remake.
They had a part 2. I want to say that sucked, but the one I saw was real good. The main one.
But you did, he like adventure movies. What's your favorite type of movie you like, son?
Favorite type of movie I like is like scary movies.
Oh, you like scary movies? You don't hear too many kids saying they like scary
He
movies.
loves scary movies.
What's your favorite? It? You don't like it?
I like the monkey.
The monkey wasn't scary. That wasn't scary.
The monkey, I gotta look that
The
one up.
monkey wasn't scary. If it's the one I think.
I don't
With
think I heard
the
that
dude
one.
that was in Slumdog Millionaire.
Well, according to the monkey, it came out this year.
Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire.
It's like one of the monkeys, the toy
wait.
monkeys. That look like.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I'm thinking of
Yeah, that
You
came
watched
out
that
this year.
movie?
Monkey King or whatever it's called with the Slumdog Millionaire dude.
No, this is
That might be scary.
I can see this monkey. Yeah, I can see how it could be scary. Look at it.
Man. You know what? I used to watch scary movies as a kid, but the one that got to me was 13 Ghosts.
13.
I don't know if you
Really?
13 Ghosts was scary.
Really?
For some reason, that's the one. Like I sat in the front of the theater and I ran to the back with my mom. Like, nah, man, that's scary.
So that's not for you, huh?
Man, it was. I don't know what it was. But I'm gonna watch it as an adult. I still ain't watch.
My other favorite scary movie is, I can't think of the name, but it's like this movie that has he's like a clown and he's deaf and he just kills people. Anyone he sees.
You talking about Terrifier?
Yes.
Never heard of that one.
And you watched that movie.
So it's called Terry. Say you telling on yourself, man. Yeah, I think you should really watch what you're saying right now. Oh, I see it right here.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
That came out in 2016.
Oh, that might be based off a true story because he looked like the dude kind of that was
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, he kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. But I can tell you what did it for me. It wasn't really a movie. It was a TV show that used to air on MTV.
What was it?
It was called Fear.
Fear.
Anybody remember that one? It used to be like they had like them little cameras hooked up to people and they'll go like into a haunted place, like a haunted prison,
Okay.
a haunted church.
Yeah.
And they had to do different days by themselves.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it before.
You seen that? You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was before your time. I know.
No, but I watched it like not before my.
YouTube or something.
YouTube. But then they had another one called Scariest Places Ever.
Okay.
That was another one. I'm like, man, y'all need to quit messing with these places.
We should do that. We should go into an abandoned spot, just explore it.
I wish I could press that button right
I don't
now.
watch the paranormal activity movies. Them the ones that get me a little bit.
Man,
I can see that.
Yeah.
I like scary. I just don't like gory. Like you remember Hostel?
I could do gory.
I can't do like Hostel. That was too much, bro. Y'all doing too much, bro.
That wasn't too bad. The second one to me was like, man, what?
Nah, bro. Because I'm the type of person that, like, say if I watch a movie and somebody get like they arm or neck injured, I'm gonna grab my arm and my neck, and I'm just like, bro, I'm out of here, bro.
Now let me ask y'all this: are either one of y'all in anime?
I'm not
Me.
in that.
You in anime?
Yeah.
I knew it. What's your favorite?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, that go hard. Man, I just watched that 3 times. That goes really hard. That man. Hey, I know you just said you're not in anime. You might want to watch Jujutsu
I used to
Kaisen.
watch Dragon Ball Z. That's about it for me.
It's better.
Yeah.
It's vastly better. The story for one, Dragon Ball Z is kind of like a basic as far as storylines. It's just powering up. But
Yeah.
Naruto and all these other shows, they got technique on why they beating the next person. It's not just I'm stronger. It's a technique or somebody thought far ahead. Like I'm gonna trap you into this.
Okay.
But Jujutsu, I
watch Baki.
Baki.
I
that's a
love
good one.
Baki. Baki go hard.
Yeah, Baki.
I like Baki.
Baki Hamza.
Yeah.
Yeah, his dad is
What you got to say, man?
his dad did something dirty to his mom in Baki. If you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
Ooh-wee. But you know what? I'm looking at this jujitsu. It kind of reminds me, I don't know, I'm getting Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon from this. Is it something like that?
No. It's like people going around fighting demons.
Oh, yeah, it's way off, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Yeah, I got to check it out.
But one of the best episodes is in season 2. As soon as you watch it fully through, you gonna know the best episode.
Okay.
You gonna know the best episode.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you watch, it's an old school one called Fist of the North Star. Have you seen that one?
I haven't.
Man, he keep mentioning that. Nobody don't watch that.
Man, no, you tripping on that one.
No, it was good.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an old school anime.
Okay.
I want to say it came out back in the 80s.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
Now it's kind of dated though. Like even when you see the visual of it, it's dated. It's like watching Sailor Moon or something now. It's like really
I remember
dated.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Now I got a question for y'all. I just want to know. Would you consider something like Street Fighter as
It's anime.
That's anime.
Street Fighter's
Okay.
anime.
Yeah. Because I
I like Street Fighter.
yeah, Street Fighter.
So is Mortal Kombat is that anime as well? Is that considered anime?
I don't think so. I don't know because Street Fighter originally is from Japan. I want to say.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat, I want to say, is American.
Okay.
Now it could be like the Boondocks where we sent it over to y'all to get it animated, so that kind of make it both.
Okay.
But I don't know. I haven't did my research on it.
Okay.
Like even Naruto is American. I'm sorry, not Naruto. Avatar is American.
Okay.
But we did such a good job that they claim it over there.
Gotcha.
But
Well, I got an answer for you. According to the University of Google, it said no, Mortal Kombat is not anime. It's a Western-produced media franchise centered around a series of fighting video games.
that's what I figured. Yeah. That's what I
You
figured.
learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
So I got one final question for you.
Okay.
What's next for you? How far do you want to take coaching? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to go to the NFL? What's next for you?
So my staff now we want to keep our boys together. So the goal is we're gonna move up with our boys, try to get them all to go to the same school together. High school. They've been playing together three years now since they was 5.
Oh, so they family.
Yes, sir. Yeah, been playing together 3 years. So I think we get our team back this year. The boys that went up to 8U this year. So we gonna be tough to beat this year. So. Yeah, but
The team you get back, that's the one they won with in 2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the team. Yep. Yeah, they're gonna be tough to beat this year. So.
But as they get older, that's the worst part about sports as a kid is puberty. Because some kids shoot up quicker than others, and then the dude that was shining this year now.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing sports because I didn't hit my growth spurt till 12th grade.
Yep.
I stopped playing sports. I'm getting tackled by dudes now with grown men bodies. I'm like, bro, I'm out, bro.
It's gonna be exciting, man. Cause a lot of kids. We always talk as a staff. Like these kids, they may be playing this now, but 3 or 4 years from now, they gonna grow. He might not be a quarterback, or he might not be a running back. He might grow into something else, or he might fall into another spot. You might have another kid that has a spurt and comes up. So that's the exciting part of about coaching itself. And the development, just watching kids grow into who they gonna be.
I know it's interesting to see.
It is. It's definitely is. You guys should stop out sometime to check out a practice or something.
We definitely will.
Yep.
I'm down for it.
Good.
When the season start?
We start in September, but we're going to be playing in July. We're going to go jump into some tournaments, some national tournaments in July. We're going to play in probably 2 of those, pick up some benefit games, a couple friendship games, just like preseason games, probably in July.
Where are the championships always at?
At Ford Field.
Ford Field. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when I played in Pontiac years ago, it was always at the Silverdome. I used to love it there, man.
So we'll have a regional that'll be played at Ford Field, and then we'll have the state championship. It'll come back to the old corner ballpark, which is
I know what that is.
Old Tiger Stadium.
Right there, right across from Bucharest Grill.
Yep.
I know exactly where it
Play
is.
there. Then
No,
the
Dad.
winner of that game goes on to nationals.
You got something to say, Elijah?
What you got, son?
8-year-olds, like the even numbers, play at the Michigan Stadium. Remember
You
last
right.
year?
Yep.
Oh, so they play at
Yep.
Michigan Stadium.
Yep. We'll go back to you. You're right, son. Good job. So
I would prefer to go to Michigan Stadium because you
Yeah.
know, like what we said before.
exactly.
Now I do have one more final question. Now for the parents out there who wants to sign their children up for football, where can they go to do that?
So you want to contact Downriver Cobras, Downriver Junior Cobras, elite.com. You can reach out there. You can also contact me, Coach Gabe. You can find me via social media, Instagram, Facebook. My name is Gabriel Lawson on Facebook and social media. You can go there and sign up or reach out to me personally.
Now, I do got one final question before we get to the conclusion.
Yep.
Participation trophies. Just your views and opinions of them.
I don't like them.
Do they do that with y'all?
No, they don't do that.
That's
way.
beautiful.
No, they don't.
That's
I don't like them either.
I don't like them.
If you suck, work harder.
Exactly.
I think it was an NFL player years ago. He said he expressed his opinion about
Yeah.
participate, and people gave him backlash. But I'm like, no, people who play sports, they get it.
Yeah.
Cut that out. Cut that out. But y'all who don't play sports got an opinion.
Yeah.
This ain't for y'all. We don't do that.
You know, I think that, it's, like I said, it sets a mindset that it's okay to not give your best effort or to not try to get better. You know what I mean? So you got to have something to push for, to strive for. So giving a participation trophy, I think for me, I think it sets a bad precedent.
Right.
I'm right along with you. I agree.
Yeah.
You ain't alone.
What about the players who worked hard to get to where they at? What about them?
Yeah.
Who's actually good?
For sure.
And if you don't get nothing, that just means what? Work harder.
Yeah.
So
Like our boys last year, we ended up playing in the state championship. We lost to we didn't get no trophies, and I didn't have no problem with it. They had to watch them boys celebrate. So now
That's
what
motivation.
Exactly.
That's motivation.
That's what they talk about. Been talking about it all year. We had practice and kids messing around. Like a lot of our players, I don't even have to say nothing. They jump on them immediately. So it's motivation. It's good. You gotta have that.
Now, do you have to get the team together, Elijah? Do you have to be like, stop playing? Did you have to tell them? Okay.
They just don't listen. They keep doing it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So you got any more questions?
No, I don't got no more questions.
All right. You ready to pull these questions out the fishbowl?
Yes, sir.
All right. Like we already discussed this before the show. I mean,
Freedom,
I got you, my man.
So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna play our favorite intro while we pull.
Okay.
Let's get it. We'll start over here.
How many?
One each. We'll do one each. Yeah. Yo. No bars. I really wasn't gonna rap.
Football, gridiron.
Drop them bars for us, man.
I don't got nothing right now. I keep saying I'm gonna start writing some bars.
Man, we gonna set this up like Rap City the Basement used to be.
I can't control my freestyle. That's why I don't freestyle, because I really say what come off the top of my head. That's why I don't ever do it. I can say something real wild.
Well, that's the point of freestyling, man.
No, I mean, yeah,
That's
but
part of the point of it.
that's part of the point. But you want to be able to control it. Like, what if I say something, then my opponent or other people like, what? like, look at me like, what the heck did you say?
Well, you don't need to be freestyling.
I cannot.
We got one for Elijah.
Cool. You see, I told you questions be wild, don't they?
Yes. I got to check for myself too with him here.
Yeah, be very careful.
We also gonna pull some appropriate questions too.
It's not gonna be nothing over the top.
My man. I got you.
This is our first probably PG-13 episode.
Facts. And while we talking, and while
Okay for kids episode, whatever y'all want to call it.
And why
For everyone.
and while they pulling that, bro, hey, I got a question for you about football.
Go for it.
Now I know you talk about your video game all the time. Would you video game somebody else against Madden on a Madden video game?
No, you mean what I play?
Yeah, would you play them? Yeah.
I've never played sports games.
Oh, you never played Madden?
I'm a first-person shooter game.
Oh, so you never at all played sports games?
I've played it, but I'm just not a fan. No, I'll take that back. Blitz, I played it, and NBA Street. Games like that with the funness to it. I play it. But,
I think they need to recreate Blitz.
oh yeah, they got to bring that back in
Blitz was
Streets.
fire.
Yeah, they need to recreate it.
And I used to do SSX Tricky too for the skateboarding.
NBA
Hey, that used to be.
Jam, too.
Hey, that used to be fire. back in the day.
The jam too when the ball catch fire. Yeah, so stuff like that I play, but the real technical stuff,
Yeah.
the Madden and the 2K, that ain't me.
I even used to rock with Tony Hawk back in the day.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk, yeah. No, can't answer that one.
Can I read my question off first?
I pulled about six different ones before I got to a couple.
I'm gonna read my question off first if y'all don't mind.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
They say, are laws for good people or bad people? We all gotta answer it.
Okay.
I think laws are for everybody.
But are they for good people or bad people?
What do they? Who do they apply more to?
This is what the question say. Are laws for good people or bad people?
I mean, like I said, laws are for everybody because it's some way to get some type of order. Now, my question is, who's writing these laws, and who's
That's a better question.
and who's benefiting more from these laws than the people?
And who do the laws not apply to? Because there is a shadow government,
That's what I'm
in
saying.
my opinion.
Because in that case, how come certain people? I know they play the game, but how come people ain't learning about tax laws?
Facts.
You know what I mean? How come they don't teach you about that?
Yep. Especially in the schools, you don't teach the proper things to be successful.
How come they don't teach you about the law of money?
Yep.
Money has a law.
So what do y'all feel? Are laws for good people or bad people?
I think I agree with him. I think that they're for everybody. You know, keep that order within the people itself. I got to agree with him.
Okay.
What you think, son?
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
I would say the same as well. They are for everybody, but bad people, they ain't gonna care about a law regardless. The real crooks, the real criminals, they gonna do what they gonna do, or figure out a way to go around there and make it to not apply to them.
And on top of that, laws always change.
They do.
They had slave laws at one time.
Yep.
So what are we talking about here?
Facts.
So that's all I got to say about that. Anybody want to go next?
You know, it's a law in New York that you can't have a hand puppet show out a window.
You can't.
That's a law.
Why?
They just don't like it. It was like a law from the 18th or the early 19s. You can't have a hand puppet show or a sock puppet show outside of your window.
I don't understand this question.
Say, who do you know best and who knows you best?
Oh, I can. Okay.
And you got glasses on, bro.
No, I really couldn't understand because that looked like an R. That didn't look like no K.
Yeah, but then the word wouldn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I knew it was a K.
That's why I didn't understand it. But since we on this question, y'all,
Who do you know best and who knows you best? You know who I know best? Well, I don't know them best, but they learning me. I know AI. I got that Chat GPT on my phone. I be talking to that thing. It's actually, we have good conversations. But who knows me best and who do I know best? It just easy answer my mom. Actually, no, I take that back. Unfortunately, as you know, parents don't get to truly know they children like their friends know them. So I'll say my homeboy Gaines. Yeah, my homeboy Gaines probably knows me best.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, big dog?
the Most High.
Oh, come on, man. That's a cheat. It's a real answer.
How's that?
It's right. It's right. But we talking about corporeal, physical forms.
Nah, we talking about physically. Because the Most High is a perfect question because he knows
Yeah,
because he knows who I used to be and what I'm getting ready to become. So that's if we want to go that route.
Man,
let's
that's
go.
like a cop out answer.
love
I
that
hate to say it,
But
though.
if we want to talk physically, okay, I'll say my grandfather. My grandfather, because we talk every day, we talk all the time. You know, because like I said before, there's certain things I can come to him with that he will understand even at his age. Okay. So I'm gonna say my grandfather.
Okay. I would say, let's say my mother. My mother knows me best, and I think I know my kids best.
Okay. Okay. What about you?
My dad and my mom and my best friend Grayson.
Okay.
Shout out Grayson.
Shout out. Because like he said, best friends, you know, they,
Yeah, for sure.
you know.
Remain loyal, remain a good friend.
Okay. Who's next?
And I have so I got. What would your dying words be, or what do you think you would want them to be?
My dying words?
Yes, sir.
Shout out Cyber Neo in the chat. I didn't see him earlier. I don't like to think like that.
Me
I'm
neither.
honest with you. Like,
You wanna
but
pull it-
I will say I don't have any deathbed confessions. I feel like people who hold on to those, y'all like just something wrong with y'all. Did you want another one?
We can take another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's kind of a depressing question.
I ain't want to keep looking through here. Let me hurry up and find one. I ain't want to hold the show up.
No, I saw.
he can read his in the meantime.
he got
like,
it.
You can read yours, son.
What is one thing admire about yourself?
Did we have that one before?
I don't remember that question.
But we can go with it.
What is one thing you admire about yourself?
Yeah, we definitely did answer that one before. But we can go with it again.
I don't remember answering that question, but I also don't have an answer for it.
I remember because what I said before, to manifest.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, to manifest. Because that's the more and more I'm learning about the human brain, the more and more I understand why they want to control it.
Yeah,
Because the brain is full of frequencies.
for sure.
And frequencies, you know, they signal and they transmit. And that's what I would say.
And allegedly, if you believe it, CIA be doing research about us teleporting and be able to walk through walls and a bunch of other stuff.
But see, I'm not trying to get too far into that, but that's why, they give you certain type of foods. You know what I mean? To dumb your vibration down. So
I've been reading about that.
yeah, so law of attraction. Look it up.
Exactly. So I think for me, one thing I admire about myself is my ability. Some people view it as a negative as well. So my ability to block things out. Like something happens to me, whether it could be something involving trauma or something hurt or something negative or something that I did that I want to forget about or whatever the case may be, I can block out distractions. I can block out things that aren't going well and still focus on what my next move is going to be. Or because if you hold on to it, it prevents you from being able to move forward. So I'm able to block out things that's not going so well in my life and focus on my next move. Yeah.
Okay.
Or things that happen like death or whatever the case may be, I can block it out.
I guess for me, it'd just be my free time and my peace. If that is a thing, I'll do anything for peace. Like I've cut people out of my life for peace.
You have to.
Man,
You have to.
anything for
You have
peace,
to,
man. People don't realize I'll go the distance. And
What
What
you
does
guys
that
doing?
mean?
What is what?
admire
Yeah.
something
Something that
you're
you
proud
like
of about yourself.
Something you like about yourself.
Something I like about myself.
Yeah.
Like, I like that I can, think fast. Like, I can get to know something fast. Like, say, I don't know something about football. I'll study it, and I'll just know it the next day.
Okay.
And I do like earlier how you say you were into technology. Please remain in technology because we need that. We need people who just are learning about technology, especially if you get into coding. Oh man, it's gonna be a great man.
And AI.
Yeah,
Because that thing, AI done took over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Ain't no taking over, it took over. So, anybody got any more questions?
No, I read my question.
Yeah, one more. It says, do chores help with a child's development?
That's a good question. I'm going to say yes.
I agree. What's your reasoning for your answer?
Well, for one, they'll teach them responsibility. They'll teach them to take care of their stuff. Even though ultimately, I think it's not until they start buying it themselves then when they start doing that. But really, that's just start them off.
Yeah.
I would say yes also. However, I don't like doing dishes because I had to do dishes almost every day as a kid. Like I'm not gonna say I let them sit overnight, but I will wait all day to do the dishes. Now I know the best way to clean them quick is once you're done using it, clean it.
Yeah.
While it's not hard, but I hate doing dishes. But overall, it does help with development. It definitely do.
I
It
agree.
teaches you discipline.
Like you said, responsibility, discipline.
Yeah.
I think it also teaches home training as well too. Timeliness of how you do your chores. One thing with my kids that I'll get on them about is you don't do it when you want to. If I say done, it have it done by this time. It needs to be done by that time. Or just a certain the order in which you do things. Like for me, being in the military, you get up out the bed in the morning, make your bed, fix your bed back up. Clean up behind yourself as you go. So that way, when you come home, you don't walk back into a mess.
Can I add a sideline comment?
What you got?
There's also a study been shown that people who make their bed up in the morning are more likely to become a millionaire.
That's good. That's it.
I said they're going to become
on
one.
that track.
Yeah. You might, I'm just saying, because you're disciplined into
Yes,
doing the routine, which millionaires do.
Yep. Get up early. I have certain things that I try to do in a day. Like I'm up in the morning, 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, nah, man, that's different. You different, bro. If I wasn't on day shift, I naturally would wake up 10, 11 a.m.
So now I have to be to work at 4.
Always.
Okay, naturally though. Naturally.
But even on the weekends, sometimes I'll still be up. I'll get up.
I remember them days getting up at 3 a.m. had to make it work at 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You do nighttime jogs and stuff too?
No, I don't. When I either go to get my workout in before work or I go right after work.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I keep saying I'm about to get in shape. I got to, man. I just want a six pack once more in my life. I got to get in shape.
It ain't even just about that. You want to be healthy. You getting older. You want to keep your heart rate up. Keep your fitness together. So and your eating habits. The black community, we suffer from a lot of illnesses and diseases that are self-caused, in my opinion. By what we eat, what we drink. Things.
A lot of us don't drink water.
Y'all look at that coconut H3O2
Yes, sir.
or H2O if you want to get regular water.
Amen.
What about you, young man?
I can't answer that. I'm a kid.
From your perspective.
What about your perspective?
Yeah.
Do you like doing chores, I guess?
No.
No kid like doing
Yeah,
chores.
you're right. When you get older, you going to realize it was beneficial, though.
You have kids your own age, you'll be like, well, I see what Pops was telling me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was our final question.
Yeah, that's my final. Well, yeah, I think we all answered. Yeah.
Yep,
It's definitely good interviewing both of y'all.
definitely.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And one more time for the one time they want to get in touch with you, how to sign their children up for football. How would they
You
go
can
about
reach
doing that?
me on social media, Instagram. My Instagram is actually Hakeem Lawson. Facebook is Gabriel Lawson. You can email us at downrivercobraselite.com as well.
Do any one of y'all have anything else you want to promote beside that?
Anything you want to promote, son?
No game tag?
No.
How about yourself? I'm good.
Well, of course, you know me, Adrian, a.k.a. D. Go check out my separate YouTube channel, Adrian, a.k.a. AD. I got a video out right now. This one is about, what this one is about? Oh, this one is about people who always want to say the word we, like we rich, when it's my money. Something like that, so that's what it is.
Yes, sir. I like that.
I'm Stubbs. My gamer tag, I'm not going to tell y'all, but if y'all ever in my lobby, I'm going to win. Flat out, I'm going to win.
Come on, man.
Call
Mr.
of
Wine,
Duty.
with,
Call of
wine,
Duty.
wine with a line.
No, you
Call
won't.
of Duty.
I think you should change your name with wine with a
I'm not doing that. I've been my name for years.
Man, come on, wine with a
I'm
line.
one of the best Call of Duty players. I win every lobby I'm in. Holla at me.
You sure about that?
Nah, I'd be losing. Hey, you got to speak it into existence.
That's what. Hey, let me give him a hand clap for that. He's listening.
Speak it into existence.
That's what I'm talking about. Again, we would like to thank our guests. We want to thank Coach Gabe and Elijah for being on the show. Let's give them a hand clap. Hey, we're definitely going to have y'all back.
Yes, I appreciate it.
And already talked.
I'll hold you to it, man. Come on out to practice, man. Check the boys out.
Man, I want to come to a game, though. I like games,
I'll
man.
bring you guys on the sideline. You can get the
Oh, yeah.
What's the
Definitely.
tickets, though? Is it just free or is it tickets you got to...
I'll take care of it.
Okay.
I mean, I like to support, man. Yeah,
Tickets normally like $10 to get in.
I like to support.
Yeah, because my godson, he played flag football out there in Canton.
Yes.
Little League. So, yeah, we
And
definitely
I
be there.
think Ken is going to have our president on.
Okay.
As well. So I don't know if he talked to you guys about that, but if not, I'll get you guys information to him.
Yeah, we'll talk on
What,
it.
the president of the whole league or
Organization.
organization?
He has a good story about as well too.
Oh, yeah, we'd love to talk to him.
Real good story.
We would love to talk to him.
Okay, cool.
But, yeah, man, we just want to thank our guests for being on the show. Anything?
Hey, I do got one more question.
yeah.
I don't want to just end it. financing with the pads and the gear, is that a parent's responsibility or is it supplied?
No, that's supplied by our president. So
Okay.
take care of all of that, things of that nature.
So the parents don't
But
chip in at
it's
all?
always good to have more sponsors. So if anybody interested in sponsoring our team, we at the time right now we don't have a sponsor. So that would have been something for me to speak on as far as promotion and things of that nature. So right now we don't have a sponsor. We are currently doing fundraisers because we want our kids to have more. We want to have the best. We want to have several different jerseys and uniforms and things of that nature. And then our ultimate goal. We want to take, alleviate some of the financial burden off of the parents as well too. So we'll do fundraisers. I'll get you guys information about that too, so you can send guys out our way as well too with the fundraising, so we can take some of the burden off of the parents with registration fees or travel and things of that nature as well too. So that's our ultimate goal, to take the pressure off of the parents, put the focus on the kids, so that we all can go out and enjoy watching our kids play or coach and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So y'all heard it out there. Anybody out there who wants to be a sponsor, please contact Coach Gabe.
I do feel like it would have been easier for y'all to get a sponsor after y'all won in 2023. Like, hey, we just won. Y'all sure y'all want to? I feel like when you can prove, hey, 4 or 5 games we just won in a row.
Yeah.
But honestly, sponsor any and all, to all you businesses out there.
Please go reach out.
It's a tax write-off. Do it.
Please.
It's all beneficial.
Please reach out. Please. Anything else you want to speak on?
No, I'm good, man. I appreciate the time. You guys are really nice, cool people.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
It was a pleasure being here, and I look forward to coming back and having you guys on the field, sideline, things of that nature.
And we nice in real life. There's not a character. We real cool.
I wish I could press that button, but I can't do it. But I will next time.
And go blue.
You heard the man.
Yes, sir.
You heard the man.
Go Michigan.
That's what I'm talking
Absolutely.
about.
Lower Peninsula. No, I'm joking. All Michigan. All Michigan.
And F Ohio State. You heard me.
You damn right.
So you already know who we be, and we
Yeah.
out of here.
Peace.